Suppose then here I set integer and get number, and I have here returning something, suppose then 3, right? Same thing, same. Or same, if I want to use, then I can just avoid the some line of code, so like return 3, both are same, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so now we will see. Okay, same name, so we'll do that. Now we will check, we will see how can pass a function in a function. So suppose then whenever you use a button, and that time you get a, there are number of fields or their parameters, right? So there is a like on click operation, on press, or whenever user some visits, there is a on tap, right? So that is also a function. So why, how can I see? Suppose then I have a function, like I say here button.
You mean like a tab, and inside that tab there is a button.
Yeah, suppose then I have a common button, and this is the my suppose then visit, you can consider, or you can consider it is a function, right? Now,
Yeah.
now I am passing here some name of that button, so I can take a string name. Now if I want to a click operation, so I can, now I want to like whenever you click on that, so now this is the function as a parameter. One parameter is a string, another parameter is a function, and function is a like no return type. If I give here some I want to return from this function, then I call here which data type you want to return. Suppose then I want to return here some string, so I can string and anything, suppose then value, right?
So I can call string or integer or double or any type of value, or only string and string.
No, any you want here int, then you can return from here int. If you want to dynamic, you know already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can dynamic, you can use
The,
where.
Dar already mentioned for you that this is dynamic function.
No, it will return your dynamic value. Suppose then you want to return sometime from your integer or sometime string double, so that's why I
Yes,
mentioned here dynamic.
I understand. See, if you delete dynamic keyword,
Yeah,
if you delete it, the Dart will tell you that this function which you have created now, nested function, is dynamic as well.
yes. So now I want to try to access that same thing, so I have a demo as an object. Now I can see here this is the method, and it's want some one parameter and one as a function. So I'll pass a one name as a name, second is a function, right?
Yeah.
So you need that, I need to pass a function. So I first, this is the function, okay, and
Yeah.
if I'm not getting any return, then I remove it, then it will not show the error, right? But from here I'm calling that function, and it will return a function, right, their value.
Yeah.
So that I will execute here like that, or you can write down their code here. So what will happen, whenever you call this common button, this, it will execute your number of line codes here, right? And whenever you will call back this method, I will show you how can call back. After that, it this code will execute, means this function will execute this. So suppose then for calling I use here callback as a function, so it will execute, it will call back from here, right? Or you can use here like callback dot call. We will talk about call also. What is this call? We have write down it here, I think somewhere, callable class, we will talk about it, right? So before that, so what will happen, we see here, suppose then I create here a print and before callback. Okay, now this will first execute, and after this call this method will execute. So here after callback, correct? So you'll see here, and other thing it doesn't matter. We will add other things is using comment this, those are not using, comment it. Why it's giving error here? Okay, I comment this. Okay, so now you see here, first print this before call, and after that this return, right? Now I have some more code logical here, and I want to return some value after click. Suppose then this is my custom, not custom button, but this is a text, right? Custom text. And whenever user click on that text, I want to return that text value, right? So now I can call same, and I want to return a string. So here I mention return type, what I want to return from method. So string, and what I want to text value, right? Text value. Now here you need to return. It's giving error. Why? Because you have mentioned here return type string. So you need to pass here the value of string. So this error is gone, right? So I have provided here text value, right? Now here you are call that function, and you will get the return from there, and that method is returning a value, right? Returning a string, right? So now you need to here mention a one variable that store the return value, that text value. So I have written here a value, or I can give any name if you want return value, right? Or you can mention here text value. Now if you want to mention here as a data type, you can mention. If you didn't mention, then it's fine, no problem, because it's a return type, return value, correct? Now this value you can print here. So text value, it will execute. So it's mean like whenever so it's written, right? Correct. So this is a means function as a parameter. What it means? It's mean like I'm passing a function and I'm getting the return value. It's very useful whenever we will work in Flutter. We have already know whenever visits and there is some callback methods, we use that, right? And what happens, suppose then I used here as a parameter. Suppose then I use this as a parameter, right? I make suppose then this is a required. I want this as a compulsory. I need, this is a parameter optional, so we have talked about it yesterday. So we need to give here name of that callback, right? So this error will gone. Now you see this is looking like as a visit, if you see, right? This one, you have a common text visit. Suppose then you are passing a name, you have there a one method callback that is returning a string, and you are printing or you are executing, right? So this is a parameter function. Or suppose then there is a you use any visit like that callback methods, or gesture detector. So there is a on tap, drag and drop. So that is same thing. So that time you will confuse, but now after it you will understand it easily what it's mean. It is a function callback. What is a call function? It is a parameter function that will returning. Here you can return a more than one value. Sometimes we get a from a string, like here a const means here a context, right? Context. Here we get some return type value like integer, right? Two values that we can also return. Many things on this topic, nested function, but I'm talking this very easy way that we can understand initial stage. After that, we will cover and we will understand easily. Covered means function, arrow function, you know already. And we have call here. So this is the last topic we will cover today, callable class. So it is very easy. Like you have seen here, I have show you like two things. You can call it in two ways, like call back, that we have already explained you. We can call it, but now you need to return type here value, and you can use a call. So what is the difference between them? Correct? So that we will talk about, or we will maybe can discuss, like I create here a separate class, and class I can give a second class, and here I can make a method that a call method, or I can say that any. So callable class means that's a reserved word in Dart, call. So that's we say the name callable class because when we need to assign a one method here, and method name is a call, suppose, right? So it's we are passing integer value here. So I have mentioned here one method, and that method name is a call, right? And this method what will return? Integer, right? So I'll give here any return value, suppose and 1 2 3 for now. Okay, so whenever what will happen, now I don't need to call method of call of this object. Suppose then this callback is my class. I remove here name callback, right? So you have seen this is a class name, so I can just pass the variable and pass that value, and that value is a variable here. Suppose then I take integer and value. So now you have two options. You can call it, suppose, and for understanding I'll keep it a simple same name, second class. Now I'll create an object of that class. Here we can checking here callable class. So I will create a object of that second class equal to it object. Now I want just if I print a value, suppose then second class. So if I print this, then also I am passing here value. If I didn't pass value, then I can call this object like this, right? What it means? It means you are calling a method call automatically. Understand?
Okay.
See, I think it's it's a little bit confusing. So this, what is this is second class. It is an object, right? Object of second class, correct? Now this is a function. Suppose then I call it a function call one, right? So that time if I want to access this function, how can I access? Like this. This is a object and this is a function. So that time I need to call function, right? So now it is a function. But if I want to access that function without calling their name, correct? So now it's giving an error, right? But there is a call is a reserved word in Dart. Call is reserved word in Dart.
Okay.
Called it callable class. But if I make it method as a call, that time it will not give error, right? It's removed. And same time it's calling its it is calling call method internally. So it's calling call method. If I'll print it, it will print 23. If I want to print here this value, print this value, then it should print 23. Okay, so internally it's calling, so see here, it's print 23 value, right?
Yeah, right.
So it's internally call method. Or if you want to call that method, then you can call. So here you get the call method also. Same scenario, you will get same answer. Now also you will get 23. So same happened here. So it's what is it? It's calling a call method of that class, right? Of this function. So it's calling their call method, right? So you can here we are calling by name. So both are same, and same here we check that. One minute to copy and paste. Here also both are same. See here, if both are same, these are both same. These are both same, right? So whenever suppose then you want to make a one class and you don't want to call their method every time, so you can call that class as an object or method. So you can say that this is thing a callable class, right? Means you are calling an object as a class, right? It is an instance, right? So you are calling a instance as a method, right?